Basketball star Dennis Rodman has some serious travel plans.
So, Mr. Rodman, round trip to North Korea?
One way.
One way? Woo! One way. He said one way.
He's never coming back!
All right. That Foot Locker commercial might be poking fun, but Rodman really is going to North Korea this week. He was there in February to meet with Kim Jong Un. Now he's going to train a basketball team that will play against former NBA players for Kim Jong Un's birthday. Rodman told the Associated Press, quote, "I'm going to be the most famous person in the world when you see American people holding hands and hoping the doors can be opened if they can," unquote. I'm now joined by CNN political commentator Will Cain and Newsday columnist Ellis Henican. Thank you both for joining us.
Hey.
Thanks, Martin.
Ellis, let me ask you this. You had a column today, and I believe you said that some things are better left to the professionals. It's really a great read. What's your reaction to this trip? I mean, it's obviously you are not in agreement.
Well, I have so many questions, honestly, guys. The first one is whether Dennis Rodman is going to be able to teach Kim Jong Un how to shoot 13 straight three-pointers from half court, the same way Kim's father was able to hit 13 holes in one the first time he played golf. I mean, you got to analyze this thing as stupid theater a whole lot more than serious diplomacy, I'm afraid.
The thing is, Will, of course, you know, this has got the potential for nuclear fallout. You've just had the execution of Un's uncle here. If you're the White House, if you're the State Department, what do you look at this? This must be harmful.
You know, how harmful can it be, Martin? First of all, let's set the standard. I think Ellis started us off there. Kim Jong-il, Kim Jong Un's father, said he shot 13 holes in one. This is a regime that if you could say an institution is certifiably crazy, this regime would be that. I mean, if you saw the press release when Kim Jong Un had his uncle executed this past week, he said things like he was a traitor for all ages and he was worse than a dog. What I'm saying to you is there's no rational prism through which to view the North Korean regime. You can't say, well, how should we deal with them? Because you're imposing some kind of rationality standard on it. So maybe sending a crazy guy like Dennis Rodman over there, maybe it doesn't hurt. In fact, maybe meeting crazy with crazy has some, I don't know, promise or hope to it.
I guess, sure, I can laugh at it, and I do find there are comical aspects to it. But, you know, this is a regime that does so much harm, has the potential to do so much harm. And, of course, you know, if we talk about nuclear proliferation, we really have a serious problem. But I'm wondering, you know, do we laugh too much? I mean, and maybe I should also ask, what harm does this do to Dennis Rodman? Ellis, do we worry about that at all?
Well, listen, I think chances are Dennis is going to get out all right, although you do make a point. I mean, they did just kill the uncle, and, you know, fortunes change very quickly in Pyongyang. That's absolutely true. You know what would worry me, though, honestly, Martin, would be if the State Department were taking this too seriously, if they were having briefings and getting together with Dennis after he came back. You know what? Why don't we say he's about half as nutty as the last two rulers we've had in North Korea? And you know what? Let him go do his little stunt, and then let's let life move on.
All right. I would, like I say, there's plenty more I could talk to you about. I think it's very, very funny, and Will, I would have liked to get... Well, here, I will let you have the last word. Do we care when he comes back to talk to Rodman at all and hear what happened?
Yeah, sure. I mean, look, again, you're the one pointing out we could be laughing at this, but there's actually some serious... No other American has had this access to this regime for, right, I don't know, what, 50 years? So Dennis Rodman is sitting down with one of the world's most dangerous, I guess, dictators and has some insight into what makes this guy tick.
Yeah, exactly.
I think we should talk to Dennis Rodman.
He looks into his head. All right, I got to go. Will, Ellis, thanks very much for being on. We'll talk to you maybe when Dennis comes back, if he does. Thanks.